ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another week of the Food Joint Podcast. I'm your boy P.
It's your boy Mills.
And we have a very, very special show for y'all today. We have
God.
the one and only Miss Tomboy in a dress on the show with us today, straight out of Tampa, Florida.
Shout out to her. Kitchen Talk Tomboy in the dress. How you doing today?
Good. How are y'all doing?
Listen, we cannot complain. We're doing great.
Phenomenal.
The weather up here is a little shitty right now, but, you know, other than that, we have nothing to complain about.
For sure.
Like,
we hit 50 degrees today, so it's a blessing right now.
We had 30.
And it snowed yesterday a little bit.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
You're jealous? You don't
I
trade?
like snow. I like snow. I have a lot of family in the DMV area. I love snow.
Shout out to the DMV. We can trade anytime.
Okay,
sure.
you say that until the hurricane season comes.
Oh, yeah, true.
True. Wouldn't board your windows. We can tough it out.
Nah, fuck that.
Okay.
Nah, I'll take the snow over hurricane season.
Yeah, but if you're in the evacuation zone, you have to evacuate.
Oh, I understand. By the way, you can speak however you want to speak. We can bleep out whatever you want to bleep out. Just, you know.
Oh no, it's okay. I won't curse on here.
No, you can curse. It's just, you know, if you want us to take something.
I don't like on interviews. Now behind closed doors, yes, but I don't, you know, because I have like, you know, some of the kids I mentor and stuff, like they watch this. I don't want to, you know.
Gotcha. So in that respect, you know, we'll adjust.
Yeah, well, we'll keep it clean.
Got you. We'll keep it
But
clean.
you talk, but no, this is your show. Talk how you want to talk. It's your show. I'm a guest. Thank you. You talk how you want to talk.
For sure.
So we formatted our show differently a couple of episodes ago, and it works. And just like, you know, when I reached out to you to give you the meat and potatoes of it, we start now with our Tales from the Kitchen, which is our most popular segment of the show. We give it to the listeners first. And your Tales from the Kitchen can be anything food related, but since you are as versed as you are, you can have a crazy tales, whether it's food based or whether it's sports related, just something that you felt as though was a little like, damn, that was crazy, and something you might want to share with us.
For sure.
Okay, well the very first time I even thought about kitchen talk, I just called my sister because both my sisters cook. I'm the baby.
Okay.
And I was in sports growing up. I wasn't in the kitchen. They're in the kitchen in the house doing hair. I'm across the street playing with the boys because I didn't want to learn how to cook. So one day I was like to ask my sister, I was like, hey, you know, I want you to teach me some stuff, blah, blah, blah. So I went to her house, put up the camera, and she just stood there. So, okay, I'm going to tell you how to do this. I'm going to tell you how to do this. But then, you know, unbeknownst to me, you know, meat pops. So it was just popping everywhere. And I was like, this is dangerous. Like, this is dangerous. So I have the towel on my arm and she's just standing there looking. And I'm over here like scared. Like, I'm like, is it supposed to pop everywhere? Like you're not even telling me anything. And she's just standing there looking. She's like, you have it up too high. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do? And so I just threw the towel and I just walked out.
You know, it's funny.
That's so common.
I was going to ask you, like, how high was the flame?
Well, I put it on high because I thought that would make it cook faster.
That's so common.
Listen,
that's so common.
It's all right. When I first got into it, I did the same rookie thing. So,
oh my goodness,
and
man.
and so that was meat. And then so I tried grits one time, like when I was like 16. I was dating this older dude, and you know when you skip in school doing what you're not supposed to be doing, and he picked me up from school, and I told him I could make him breakfast. And he's like, okay. So I told him I could make him grits. But I lied. I didn't really know how to cook. But, you know, I thought it would just make me, you know, look good. And so let's just say, you know, within like the first 4 minutes of me cooking, he could tell I know how to cook grits because they were popping all over.
Did you get burned?
Yes, I did.
Oh my God.
And it was all over the stove. And I had like the spoon at a distance. He said, I thought you said you know how to cook. I said, I don't really do grits. In reality, I didn't do nothing.
Did that shit come out like a big block of cement?
Yeah. We threw it away. Let's just say that. No one ate it. So, yeah. Me in the kitchen is I stick to the football field.
You told the grit story, I immediately thought of Al Green. Cause
you said what?
I said when you just telling this story, I immediately thought about Al Green.
Why?
With the hot grits?
Yeah, his wife or ex-wife threw hot grits.
I mean, cooking is dangerous. Like, people don't understand. Cooking is dangerous. You can't even, you might put it on medium or something, and you might be on the phone or in the room on the patio. Next thing you know, the fire alarm thing's going off, and you're like, oh crap, I left the stove on. So I got to be, cooking is dangerous. I'd rather not do it.
Well,
just saying.
Fortunately for us, we both have almost like 20 years experience working in different kitchens. So,
but we definitely both had our blunders.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I still mess up.
Yeah,
I still mess up to this day.
20 years later.
Yeah, because
you get arrogant, you get cocky.
Oh yeah,
you take advantage. It's always just like, I know what I'm doing, and it's like, you should just be safe instead of being arrogant.
Yeah, and for me, one of my biggest things is I feel like having so many years in the industry is so many things that I should have figured out that I don't ask for help. And then it's like, bro, what are you doing? I'm like, what you mean, what am I doing? And it's like, no, why are you doing it that way? And it's like, because this is how I've always done it. Well, did anybody tell you you've always done it wrong? So,
Tomboy, I literally told him stop putting oil in his pasta, and his mind was blown. This was just a week ago.
But but the thing with cooking, you can never do it wrong unless you put too much seasoning or something in it. Like, if everyone does stuff different, sometimes if it tastes fine, it's okay. So sometimes you can't tell someone how to cook.
You got a point. You got a point. It's just
it's disgusting, then it's nasty.
No, so like just to pop our collars a little bit. This would make the show dope. I was taught very traditional, very old school. P is very newer, so there are certain things I'm like, why are you doing it that way? The result is amazing. It's just I'm mind blown that he's not doing it the way I was taught.
Yeah.
So that's the dynamic, and that's why it kind of works.
Because just to give you a little bit of background on us, also just to give some of our newer listeners a little bit of background on us. So we started together at a nursing home we used to work at back in 2006.
Oh, wow.
No, it was
2007.
No, it was 05.
05?
05, yeah.
So that's when we met.
Wow.
That's when we started working together. And when he left before me, so he knew very early that he wanted to cook. Like, I want to cook, but I can't do what I want to do here. So respectfully, he left. I didn't want to have anything to do with that. I wanted to tell people what to do. I wanted to be the boss. I wanted to be the supervisor. I wanted to be in management. And I worked my way up. I became supervisor, assistant, then I became the food service director. And I was running the kitchen until I got bounced out of there in 2015. He was traveling, he was working, he's working here, he's working there. He's like really, he's climbing the ladder. He's doing his thing. And we never lost contact with each other. We always stayed close. We just respectfully, we was just working. And then I decided to, he was there for it when I got super serious with my now wife. Started a family, did all that, got super domesticated. He's like, "Oh, I'm proud of you," and whatever. So,
you make it sound so bad.
No, it's just the reality of it. So
that's life. Yeah,
we matured. We just
had
leave it at that.
Yeah. No, listen. Yeah, we had, I want to say, 2 or 3 different opportunities to work together again in that time frame, but it never really panned out. And afterwards, now we realize it didn't pan out because it wasn't meant to be then, because this is what we're doing right now. This is what we were supposed to do together, our podcast. And we had to go on our separate journeys in order to reconnect and come back together, to combine all of his life lessons and my life lessons, and then give that to the world.
Yeah.
No, yeah, for sure.
Well, look, we see what happens You sat down, you started a family, then you guys came back together because this is the time that you all supposed to be doing this. There's
Yeah,
a
for
time
sure.
for everything, and this is the time. It wasn't
Serendipity.
10 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Yes.
after do you wait before we move on? Do you have a tails?
Of
this
course,
week?
I got a tails. I figured. So, and then I got a tails, and this will provide context. So, Tomboy, I get a lot of slack because I don't like mayonnaise. I have a utter disdain for mayonnaise.
For what?
Mayonnaise.
Oh, I can't have mayonnaise.
Oh, we're best friends. We just became best friends.
Oh no! I like mayonnaise, but I can't have it.
You blew it. Okay. So I thought I had a friend. So,
I mean, you have a distant friend, like a distant cousin.
Yeah,
you
perfect.
know, a distant cousin. But yeah, I like mayonnaise, but I can't have it.
So real quick, why can't you have mayonnaise though?
Because
It's not healthy?
it doesn't agree well with Tomboy in the dress, if you know what I mean.
I know what
It
you
doesn't.
mean. You don't got to stress the rest.
But I didn't have, as a kid, I was fine. I think I ate so much of it, I developed an allergy for it. Because I used to eat like mayonnaise sandwiches. I used to love mayonnaise. Like, I loved mayonnaise. And I think it hit me like at 23, all of a sudden, it's just, it just didn't go so well. So I haven't had mayonnaise since.
Well, I got you.
I thought I had a friend, but let me tell you.
I'm talking about distant cousins.
Yeah, we cousins. We distant cousins. It's cool.
Cousins.
Yeah, we cousin. So let me tell you. So P doesn't know this. I'm expressing this to the world why I hate mayonnaise. This is my tales. It's the name of the tales is go to the store.
Okay, go to the store.
This is like a Thanksgiving, so the whole family is there. I'm the youngest, just like you, so I kind of relate. As the youngest, you get the worst jobs ever.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you mean the worst jobs?
The worst job as in, I'm not going to ask anybody but the youngest, I need you to go to the store and get mayonnaise. And so we're up north, we in Philly, so it's cold. I don't want to go to the store. I'm not going to the store. So my mom goes, okay, I'm just going to make the mayonnaise here. I watch my mom take egg whites and canola oil and make mayonnaise. And the amount of oil it takes to make mayonnaise is heart-bursting.
Wait a minute. So it doesn't have anything to do with taste. It's just you saw how it was made and you was turned off by it.
I already didn't eat eggs before then. So now you're telling me I got to eat eggs and oil?
But you eat eggs with like steak and eggs.
Back now, I understand.
So how about this? How about next time we go get a grub and shit, you little mayonnaise for me.
I could look at. Wait, what you say?
Little man, like we'll go get something to eat, whatever, get a hoagie or something like that. Put a little bit of mayo on your bread.
No, don't put no mayo on my bread.
But mayo is delicious. It's not like you know what it is.
To you,
I assumed. This is why you. This is why you
That's
never
premise.
assume. I assumed that you just didn't like how it tasted.
It tastes gross too.
You think so?
It doesn't. It doesn't taste as good as mustard.
No, what type of mayonnaise did you have?
But just because it might not taste as good as mustard doesn't mean it's nasty.
True. That's very true. He's got a point there.
I'm feeling attacked. I just don't like mayonnaise.
No,
I think now that we know the reason why, it's like, bro.
It looked gross, so it looks like it tastes gross.
Okay, but here we go. Ready?
That's it. You don't. There's no deep dive.
All right.
As well.
What did you say? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
So it's the taste as well.
It doesn't look good, and then
So it's not the taste.
it's not good.
So it's not the taste. So have you ever had it on a Cuban sandwich?
I don't eat pork, so
No. Cubans. Okay. Well, I'm from the South, so Cuban sandwiches mean you have pork on it. Like it could be turkey and Swiss cheese and lettuce. You don't have to have pork on a Cuban sandwich.
you're absolutely right. And first bite, I can taste the mayo, and I'm immediately not eating the rest of it.
All right. Well, I respect that. I just thought it was like something like maybe like you just couldn't stomach it. It made you throw up or something like that.
That's my thing.
All the above.
That's my dilemma.
All right, well,
I'll leave it off. It's just, it's just everybody's taste buds are different. Tomboy, I always, every other episode, I make a conscious effort to say I have the taste buds of a 6-year-old.
yeah,
And I'm okay with that.
My family says I'm not black. They take my black card because I don't like peach cobbler. I don't like yams. I don't like pumpkin pie. I don't like apple pie. I don't like any of that stuff. I don't like sweet potatoes. Like all the stuff they say black people, I don't like that.
You have, like, I'm with you on everything you said except for yams.
Is it because, like, so is it safe for me to assume you're not just a big sweet person?
No, that's not it. It's just like I don't like chitlins either. I don't like chitlins, pork rinds, I don't like any of that stuff.
Well, I don't like. I never like that either. I mean,
Oxtails,
I'm
any of that.
pescatarian now, so I don't eat meat anymore. I still love my seafood and stuff like that, but
You don't eat meat?
I stopped. When did I stop eating meat? I stopped in 2019. I stopped.
I'm sorry, I don't turn down the steak.
I'm with you. He weird.
No,
You can say it.
first off, I'm not weird. Number one. Number two. So just to give you a little bit of context, real quick, I'm type 2 diabetic. And aside from doing it to lose weight, I also did it because of my health.
Okay.
And it was the most difficult thing I've ever done in my entire life. Like hands down, like it's a no-brainer. Like, and me being a cook and working around food, you can imagine how difficult it is. Like, I'm just gonna go ahead and eat these 2 wings real quick. Ain't nobody gonna see me, but I don't know. And yeah. So yeah.
I don't turn down steak. Like they say in White Chicks, perhaps a salad, perhaps not. I would take a steak medium well. I like steak.
Preach the Lord.
Man, listen.
Yes,
Steak
Lord.
with a side of broccoli. I love broccoli, so I'll get steak and broccoli.
You talking to my soul right now.
Yeah.
Yes,
I know
steak
what I'm
and
about to have for dinner.
Delicious. Yum yum.
So, P, you got a tales for us?
I do, and mine's just short and simple, and it's the piggyback off of Tomboy's tale because it's a funny story. It takes us back to the nursing home, but I was in the kitchen one day. I said his name a million times.
No, then don't say it. I keep telling you this. I don't want to get sued. I'm sure Tomboy doesn't want to get sued.
Don't say the name.
Don't say the name.
Of what?
Whatever.
It's a person.
A person, a facility. Yeah.
Oh my God! You don't say the name.
No, you don't.
All right.
She's telling you. I've been telling you this for weeks.
You don't say names. You don't say name of facilities or the people.
Mr. R. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I don't care who it don't matter. He got family. He got friends. It could get back to him. We don't want to get sued.
So
yeah,
just moving forward.
Yeah, there's a person that worked in the kitchen and they did blank.
But that goes for you too, though.
That's fine.
Wait, they did what?
No, he didn't say the story yet. I'm just giving him the same. I'm telling him the same exact thing you're telling him.
Okay, yeah. You can say what happened. You just don't name names. Never say names.
Yeah, I don't got time to edit all day, bro. Come on.
And but our old coworkers also has something to do with the fact that you don't like them either.
I don't. Just tell the story. I can fill in the blanks.
Anyway. So we had we had some downtime one day, and we had some extra food in the kitchen that we had got on order by mistake. So we never did like family meal because we worked in the cafeteria. There was no reason to. Just go in the cafeteria, get what you want. He was like, "You want to learn something?" I'm like, "All right, cool." So he had some leftover steaks that we didn't use and some other stuff that we were going to use. So we had a little extra. So he was like, "Look, I'm gonna show you how to do X, Y, and Z." So he showed me, saute pan, boom, 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 oil, all that. Make sure you cut your veggies a certain way. Do this, do that. Just very entry level beginner type stuff. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm hungry. And what we was cooking looked delicious. I had the eye on the stove turned all the way up because just like her, she assumed the way I assumed that if it's up higher, it'll cook faster.
Exactly.
And I'll get it done. The crust on the outside of that steak was so hard that I could have broke the goddamn knife cutting through that jaw.
Did you eat it?
So I tried. So
Oh,
at first, so I'm
God.
like, all right, well, I don't think it's supposed to look like this, but I'm gonna try it. Yo, the inside of that shit was gray.
Oh, ew.
Oh my god!
But
You chipped a
again,
tooth? Did you chip a tooth?
no, absolutely
I'm
not.
just checking.
Was the steak old? Why was it gray?
Because
burnt
I
it.
burnt it. Like I had the eye up so high that it like flash fried the steak outside and inside. Like there was no red, there was no pink, there was no nothing.
Ew.
And I said, yeah, Mr. Rob, I think I messed this one up. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in the trash. And he was like, I walked away for 3 minutes. What happened? I don't know, Mr. Rob. It got away from me. It got away from
Can
you?
not do that.
Gray. I have never. Ew.
Oh man.
That's just. I would even cut it. You even tried to eat it. Ew. It's gray.
I mean, no, listen, after I cut into it and took that first bite and I saw what it looked like on the inside, I said, yeah, it's not supposed to look like this.
No.
No, it's over after that.
Non-cooking 101. I cut my food to look at it before I eat it. I'm sorry. I have to look at it.
No,
I need to see.
that's still cooking 101. That's still cooking 101. Like if you don't really know how to do it by touch, professionals still cut it open. You want to just
He
stomach.
took a chance. He took a chance.
You wanted your tummy to hurt.
No, I just wanted to eat.
No, he wanted salmon. Well, he didn't get salmonella because he actually overcooked it. It wasn't undercooked. You actually overcooked it.
Lesson learned. Lesson learned. I never did that shit again.
Ah, but bro, hope not.
Gray.
Never did that again.
I'm gonna Google gray steaks when I get off the phone.
I'm gonna Google it too.
I have to Google it. I want to see if someone posted it. I need to see what that looked like. I've never seen the inside of a steak, Gray. I'm sorry. I just want to see it. Now I just have to see it. So when I get off the phone,
But once you see it, you can't unsee it. That's horrible.
Okay, maybe I won't because I like steak. So maybe I won't. You're right.
You don't want to ruin the experience for yourself.
You might be on to something. You're right.
Just use your imagination. It's all good.
Yeah, it was bad.
Well, he didn't have to use his imagination. It was right in front of him.
And he can't unsee it. I'll tell you that. That hurt him to this day. I know that was like 10 years ago.
Well, that should be easy to stay away from steak at that point.
That wasn't 10 years ago.
I think that's why he's pescatarian now.
No,
I'm just saying.
It's 23. This was 2005.
I'm just saying. That might be why he's
2005.
pescatarian.
I was in high school.
I was in high school too, and he was out here flambeing steak.
Hey, listen. You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
And I destroyed that John. And it went in the trash.
If you knew better, you do better. And you knew better, and you did the right thing, and you threw it in the trash.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, that's a good saying. If you knew better, you do better.
Yeah, for sure.
Some people don't listen to that, but that's a good point.
I worked right across the hall in the pot room. I just took it, gave it a nice little proper burial. in the bottom of the trash can.
Oh, you burned it that bad? You burned it that bad?
No, it wasn't like horrendous, but it was still messed up. And I was like, I can't eat this. Like, it gotta go. At the end of my shift, took that long walk down the hill.
Respectfully.
And you know the rest.
Crush.
Yeah. So, that it was what it was. I'm glad y'all got a good laugh on my behalf.
I mean,
Right. A gray steak.
Yeah, that might be the. If this was a regular show, that could have been the title, The Gray State.
Gray steak.
No.
That is disgusting.
It's still going to be the title for sure. It's just going to be featuring Kitchen Talk with Tomboy.
So where we at now? What's next?
So listen, we want to
topic, right?
Yeah, we want to highlight you. So how or when did you get to the point of marrying food and sports? It seems so normal, but it hasn't been done, and that's what I think was so dope about you. So like, how did you come up with the concept? I tried.
I'm sorry.
No, I said we try our best to not get on the sports because it's just so easy. It's like food and sports is just easy. But how did you like marry together and make it your own thing?
Well, I've always, like I said, I've always been a tomboy. And I was daddy's little girl. So I was always like at football games with him, skating, all types of, events, any type of sporting event. I was always with my dad. So I was always daddy's little girl. So like around like 2018, because I was the equipment manager in arena football in my early 20s. Then I went to the NFL with the Bucks and community relations.
Oh wow!
But I wanted to be equipment manager in the NFL. That was my original goal. But I was getting turned down from NFL teams. At the time, this was before, all the women in football right now. This was before. Okay. So I was in the locker room sitting down with the equipment managers in the NFL, and I was like, hey, this is what I want to do, blah, blah, blah. And they were telling me at the time, well, you're a female, you'll be a distraction, it's too much of a risk, blah, blah, blah. And then like a year later, the Me Too movement came out. So it was like, oh, gosh. And no team was trying to take that risk. It was like, yeah, we don't want to take the risk, blah, 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 blah. So I tried it, and so then I tried baseball. So I was the first female to ever be interviewed for locker room position with the Tampa Bay Rays ever.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
First female. So didn't get it. And once again, same thing with me being a female. So I was like, you know what? I'm just tired of this. I'm just gonna do my own thing. I just want to do my own thing. So then 2018, I was sitting on the couch one day. One of my friends is a sports reporter, and he was just talking about sports one day. I was sitting there, I think I was sitting on the couch, and I was putting something in the microwave. That's how I was cooking. So I was just sitting there, and I was like, you know what? I said, there's no freaking show like with sports and cooking. Like, I would love to have an athlete in my kitchen, and we just cook and learn something, blah, blah, blah. And he was just talking to us. I said, I have to call you back. And then I just sat there. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. So I called one of my friends. She's a videographer. And I told her, Shania, I was like, hey, I want to film a show. Because she had just gotten into like doing videography. And I said, I want to film a show. She's like, about what, skating? I'm like, no. She's about what? You being equipment manager? I said, no, I want to do, a sports and cooking show. She's like, a what? I said, sports and cooking show. I just want you to film it. I'll get the athlete. You just film it. So within like a couple weeks, I called my godbrother, who was a baseball player in college, and I said, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to do this show. And he's like, what's the show? I said, I want to do sports and cooking. He's like, I never heard of it. I said, exactly. I want to do it. Mm-hmm. So then that's how I did it. And then boom. That's how I went and Kitchen Talk. And that's how it came about.
You know what? You deserve a round of applause for that.
That's like, it's just from your mouth. I don't know how you feel about this, but from your mouth to God's ears, like it was really literally like you felt compelled to do it and you got it done. And then like we hear now, it was like nobody's really done it, and it's such an easy thing to do, but you're like a trailblazer.
No, absolutely. And my question is, after you started and you've because again we were looking at you, and you're on season 2 of your show on YouTube, and it's very entertaining, by the way. And since people see you doing everything you're doing, has anybody reached out to you that may have turned you away before and say, hey, listen, I see what you're doing, maybe now we can blah blah blah?
Well, you mean as far as like NFL teams, like equipment management?
Or just in general?
Well, no, because what I did was I always told myself, like, I don't like going after me trying to get into being equipment manager in NFL. Like, I did all that without a college degree. So after I saw that I could get into the league without a college degree, I was like, F that. Like, I'm going to do what I want to do. I don't need someone to tell me what I can't do. So I stopped going after teams and stuff. Like, because I said, if I popped off that, more people will come to me. So people will inbox me, or they'll try to, do deals and stuff, but I am a female at the end of the day, and some people that own certain stuff, I'm not gonna name names, I don't name drop, they think sometimes they think women are just gonna do what it do to get what they want, and I'm that type of person. Like, I'm just not. I'm not gonna sleep with you to get where I want. I'm not gonna do it. But there are people who have reached out, but that's a route they, want you to go. I'm not going to do it.
Well, it's very refreshing to hear you have standards and morals. So
yeah. So I've been told when I turned this particular person down that, oh, well, if you do it your way, it's going to take you longer. I said, well, it'll just take me longer then. Because believe it or not, you guys, I don't want to be famous. Like, I don't want to be famous at all. I want to still be able to go to the mall, go shopping, go out to dinner, and not have people all in my face. So I just want to be able to make money in my sleep. So that was the only reason why I do that.
The amount of integrity it takes to just do it your way. And I think that's dope and it's amazing. And I was like, yo, we need to have this person on so everybody can hear. Like, you can make your way and be able to take care of yourself doing it your way. You know,
absolutely. And it's funny to hear that you say you don't want to be famous, because we literally had that conversation, what, like 2 weeks ago?
Maybe it's been a couple of weeks.
Because back in the day, in our younger days, you know, I wanted the fame, I wanted all that, but
Me too.
Mills, he never wanted that, because I'm more outgoing and Mills is more reserved, and this is also what makes our dynamic so great, because it's like he's the yin to my yang, and and
I don't know. It is. I mean, so, I know the you know, like a bromance or whatever.
No, it's funny as hell. That's why I laugh, because it's like, it kind of is like bromancy a little bit.
It's like a bromance, but it's like big brother.
Yeah, it's like big brother, little brother. Like,
it makes it work. But we literally had this conversation a couple weeks ago, and he was like, he said, bro, he said, listen to me. He said, you know, I never wanted any of that, but once we get to where we want to get, because we will get there, he said, you know, he still wants to be able to just go and do whatever he wants to do, and he doesn't mind being in the mix and nobody knows who he is. And I said, you know what? As I got older, as I matured, I said, you're absolutely right, because I want to be the guy that people say, this guy is everywhere, but who is he? And just leave it at that.
Because the thing with me, like, you know, being a female, you know, but even a female in the sports industry, you know, you meet people, stuff like that, you date, wherever the case is. But it's like, I would like hear conversations, like we're literally sitting in the car and they're having these socialite events. And I'll never forget, I was dating this one guy, not naming any names. And I was dating him, and we're sitting in the car, literally, and he's on the phone with his assistant, who was on the phone with this famous person's assistant. I'm not going to name their name either. But long story short, he was having an event, the guy I was dating, and this person didn't want to come to the event because this person wrote a book about this person. And I was like, how old are we? Like, I was like, what? And I'm sitting there listening, like, wait, what? I said, so you're telling me so-and-so doesn't want to come to the event? There's going to be more than 100 people because this person wrote a book and mentioned this person's ex-husband in the book. Like, how old are we? Wow. And he's like, yeah, you know, this is just how it goes. I'm thinking, like, I'm like, I don't want this life. Like, I don't want that. Like, to me, I don't like the flashiness. I just don't like it. To me, it's just, it's a lot. I don't like it. That's just me. Some people like it. They can have it. I don't want it.
Listen, for me, I just grew up in an area where the popular dudes look the flashiest, they look the best, they got the most attention. But I was seeing all of them get locked up, and I knew early I wanted no parts of that. I can dress like them, I could look like, I could just be just as funny, but I don't want the attention. And I think that's why our dynamic works. So with that being said, I do have a question.
Yes.
Who's your favorite sports teams? Football, baseball, basketball?
So if you looked at my page, you should know my favorite football team.
I did. I was just hoping this was going to be a different answer. Just be honest.
So if you went all through my page, you should know my favorite football team.
Just, you know, sometimes you never. So listen, I asked that question to say this. I'm from Philadelphia, born and raised. I moved around. My favorite.
Okay, well, I can give you a hint. 2000. What was 2018? I believe it was either 2016 or 17. You beat my team. And we were maybe a game or two away from Super Bowl, and you beat us. About 2016 or 17.
I'm not even
If you're
gonna.
from
I'm not even going to
Philadelphia,
play
I'm assuming
myself.
you're an Eagles fan, huh?
No, I said I'm not even going to play myself. I don't
So
know the
here's the
answer.
thing. This is why I asked, because I'm not an Eagles fan. I'm a Ravens fan.
Ooh. You're a who's fan?
Ravens,
I'm a
Baltimore.
Viking fan.
Okay, yeah. See, that's why I asked the question, because I wasn't sure if I was the only one that doesn't like their hometown team.
Well, you know,
Yeah,
I'm not an Eagles fan either.
I know you don't, but the people don't. So now that you got exposed, just like I got exposed, and just like Tomboy got exposed.
Yeah, I'm a Viking fan. I was daddy's little girl, like I said. So, like,
Yeah.
but I'm a real Viking fan. Like Gary Anderson,
Oh
Cunningham,
wow.
Chris Carter, Randy Moss, those people, Dante Culpepper. I'm a real fan.
Oh,
Like
you
back
saying
in the day.
you saying the goats?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm a real fan.
I'm
I'm a
a
real. I'm not
real
these.
deal. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I'm
real
not these coattail people. If we're winning, I'm on. No, 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 no. So I
I
always
mean,
say, if I got
we're not gonna delve into it, but your team's in trouble right now.
I said this 2 years ago. All right, I'm gonna be honest. I said this 2 years ago. Trade Lamar for a defense. 2 years ago, I
Excuse
said
me?
this. Trade Lamar for a defense.
Okay.
I can't hear you. What?
Trade
I would
Lamar
trade
Jackson for a defense.
Lamar Jackson for a defense.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, so we don't talk about my Vikings, okay? Let me tell you something. Like, because people always try to get on me about my Vikings. They always say, you need a quarterback, you need this, you need a new head coach, you need this. And I always say, well, what did your team do last season?
First off, respectfully, just as a sportsman, Vikings got an amazing core. I think your problem is coaching. And I can say this: I have no horse in this race. I mind my AFC business. The only reason why, for me in the AFC, the Ravens, my team, has never won a Super Bowl with an average quarterback. We have an exceptional quarterback right now. That's not how we win. We win by defense.
Yeah, offense sells tickets, defense wins games. Yeah.
I mean, I think, what year was it when nobody scored a touchdown on us, but our defense scored all the touchdowns for our offense?
So, are you like a fan, like a new fan, or you've been a fan forever?
The first football game I ever watched, I watched Ray Lewis pack somebody up, and he was like, "This is just after the murder case." That's how I'm a real Ravens fan.
Isn't he from Lakeland, Florida? Polk County?
Y'all got a lot of football history, though. Y'all got a lot of sports history in Florida in general.
I'm about to say, this is a football state, so I always said, if I got married and had kids, like, my
they
child
gotta be from
would.
Florida. It's something in y'all water.
In the water down there.
It's something in the water.
Well, whether I have a girl or a boy, they're playing football.
It's
regardless.
something in that Florida water that just, I don't know. Just off the top of my head, it's Ray Lewis, it's T-Mac, it's Vince Carter.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But that's why I always tell people. I always tell people, I said, this is a football state. So when people say they because like you asked me about other sports, like I'm not really, I don't have a favorite other team sports. Like
sure.
I like baseball, I like hockey, I love all sports. I love soccer, I love all those sports. But my favorite diehard is like football. Like that is
shit. For us, like just being from up north, anything below the Mason-Dixon, which is like the Virginia kind of Maryland, like anything after that it's football and baseball.
Yeah.
For us, it's basketball.
Yeah, it is.
But speaking for P and myself, like we just watch sports.
Yeah. No.
So like I played baseball in high school. So
look at Miami. Look at the U back in the day. Look at all the people they had at one time.
But since it gets cold up there, you guys don't go play hockey when the pond gets frozen?
It doesn't get that cold.
Yeah,
we don't have ponds. I mean, we have lakes and kind of thing, but it's indoor sports. So it's always basketball. It's always track and field. Like,
so it snows, but it doesn't get cold enough for you guys to go play ice hockey?
We don't have lakes or creek. Like we don't. It's the way it's really urban, so we don't have those kind of areas we can just go get ice skates and just go out.
Now we do have some. We do have like some rec centers in the city that have their own ice skating rinks where
For
you
sure.
can actually go there
Oh.
and ice skate and play hockey and everything else if you want to. But this is not the
It's not
traditional
common,
John
yeah.
where you go out on the frozen lake or the pond or whatever and you out there doing your thing. Yeah, we really don't have that up here. And unfortunately, global warming and everything else, it snows.
Yeah.
It snows up here, but it doesn't get that cold up here. And if we do
So it
have
doesn't get like
days where it's,
Wisconsin cold.
No, I think the coldest it gets for us is, I think we had our record low not too long ago. I think it was 8 degrees. 8 or 8.
8?
Yeah, I think that was the coldest.
and for,
8
and
degrees.
for me, that was unbearable.
I was outside and
I was complaining.
I was walking around.
Wait, hold on, wait. So do you guys have like snow days up there? Just the
Yeah, of
wires
course.
freeze?
We have
outside?
we have blizzards, we have snow days.
They're just not as frequent as they used to be.
Yeah. And we don't, because we're in this weird part of the Northeast, it's not as bad as like a Boston, a Maine, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like a cold day for us is 25 degrees. It never gets really bad. It was just, we had,
When those storms come through
Yeah.
and they hit, we get really lucky. They'll
Oh my
they'll go over Pennsylvania
and hit smack everybody else.
but smack everybody else but us.
That's how Tampa is. You know, with the hurricanes, it will not. I mean, knock on wood, it does not hit Tampa. It'll go Miami, Naples, Jacksonville. It'll even go up to Pensacola, but it just goes right over Tampa.
So yeah, so where we have Philly, it's kind of similar. Like storms coming.
We get
and
the remnants.
We get the remnants of it, and I get, it's the same thing with Tampa. Y'all get the remnants of it, like y'all feel it, but not like everybody else.
Right.
So like at 8 degrees for us, it's like hell just opened up. It's just not common for us.
8 degrees. So do you guys is your electric bill high? Like, is your heat on all day?
See, I don't know how to explain it. I mean, it's not for me. I can just speak for myself. If the house is 70, I'm okay.
Yeah, for me, once it gets cold enough for me to actually turn the heat on, the heat is on and it does not get turned off until like April. And
What?
because
Maybe in the
again,
house melting.
no, but we keep
Your electric bill is like for
Oh no! Listen,
$1,000.
we our electric bill in the wintertime be crazy high. I'm not gonna lie, but we keep the thermostat. We fluctuate it between, I want to say, 68 and like 75, and the house is comfortable. And once the weather breaks and like spring is here, and as we have like a good week straight of like good weather, I'll turn the heat off, and the heat won't come back on until like November.
You run your heat for months.
Well,
You kinda have
like
to.
up here, we can't just turn it off and on, because if I turn it off and on, the bill will be higher for me doing that than just having it on and just having it run. Yeah, it's funny.
It's like perfect example. I was just in Gainesville, so I know it's like I think it's 2 hours away from you.
Yeah, about 2 hours from Tampa.
To me, it was like I need to run the AC all day and all
Yeah,
night.
we do.
But I'm assuming if you're used to it, you kind of know when you need to turn it on, when you need to turn it off.
Yeah, I agree.
We keep it on auto.
Wow.
I mean,
like out there, I would assume a lot of y'all got central air, right?
Yeah.
Lucky you guys. Where I was
See,
at,
but
it was
again,
AC.
up here, from what I was told, once it gets hot enough for people to turn their central air on, it's cheaper to run your central air and just have it run until you turn it off for the season than turning it off and turning it on, vice versa, because that gets expensive.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, I just pay the bill, so I don't. I don't. Because because this is Florida. Like
It's
like as soon as you
muggy.
step outside, some days it's just this. I mean, I don't know if you guys have thick thighs, but the sweat is just dripping. It's like dripping. It's like
Y'all have a lot of humidity down there?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yes,
Okay.
we do.
Okay.
Like if you like in the mornings, if you open up your because my aunt's from Virginia, she's from Alexandria, so I remember I never forget.
out there.
Yeah, so I remember a couple of years ago she came to visit. And she opened up the window and she said, "There is sweat on the windows. How do you guys survive down here?" I'm like, keep the AC on. I mean, I don't know. Keep the AC on all day. Like she couldn't handle the humidity. She said, "I can't live down here. I don't know how you guys do it." I'm like,
Yeah, that area. So I frequent Florida often, but it was like the first time I was this past summer. It was the first time I was in like that Gainesville, Tampa, like that upper part of Florida. I thought I was gonna have an asthma attack when I got off the plane.
Damn.
It is
it's not that bad.
Well, coming from up here, we have humidity, but it's not bad. But the humidity down there is super thick, and it's hot, and it's like
Well, story time.
Here we go.
So when I graduated high school, I wanted to try something different from Tampa. So I said, "Okay." Mom's like, come up to Alexandria." She's like, you might like it. So I said, "Okay, let me just see." So I went up there. I moved up there for a couple months. So you remember the restaurant? Do you guys remember Fuddruckers? Did y'all have that up there? Fuddruckers? It was a burger place.
I can speak for both. We know it. We didn't have it in Pennsylvania though.
Okay.
I used to live in Maryland, so I knew.
Okay, yeah. So yeah. So I never forget, this guy asked me out on a date, and I'm from Tampa. There was a guy I worked with, and he's like, "Hey, I want to take you out." I was like, "Hey, great." So I said, "I have to go back home in Virginia and change." He stayed, in Maryland, or in DC, and I stayed in Virginia. So I had to go home. So I got dressed. I put some leggings on and just a big shirt, like a big sweater shirt. And mind you, it was snowing outside. And my aunt, I got to the door. She said, where are you going? I said, "Oh, I'm going on a date." She goes, "Is that all you're wearing?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Okay." And that's all she said. Of course now I know why she said that. And she just said, "Okay." So, so, I get, so I walk down the hill, get on the bus, get on the subway. And then, I meet up with him. And then I said, "Hey, I'm from Tampa." I said, "Where's your car?" He's like, "Oh no, we have to walk to the restaurant." I said, "Wait, hold on." I said, "Wait, what? The subway doesn't?" He goes, "No, the subway doesn't go that far down." I said, "We're taking the bus." He goes, "On the bus stops here." I said, "So we're gonna walk?" He's like, "Yeah." It started to flurry, and then the wind picked up, and I couldn't breathe because I was like. And then so he took a scarf and wrapped it around my nose. We get inside the restaurant. And it was our first date, and he said, "I don't mean to sound rude. I'm not trying to get in your pants. Can I ask you something?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Are you wearing anything under that sweater besides the leggings?" I said, "No, I didn't know it was gonna be this cold." I said, "This is what we wear in Tampa." And there was a lady that was sitting next to her. She bust out laughing. We didn't even know her. She heard me. She just bust out laughing. She said, "Honey, you're going to freeze. It's supposed to get below such and such tonight." And I did. I froze.
Oh, no.
And then when I got back to my aunt's house, she was just sitting on the couch with her legs crossed when I walked in. And my hands were frozen. She said, "I'm going to let you make your own decisions."
She lied
So I just wanted you to learn your lesson. So next time you think you're going to go out there and be cute, this is not Tampa. You cannot wear that up here. Yeah, I froze. And I never did that ever again.
Oh,
So,
yeah, the Northeast cold is kind of next level. Like,
that cold down here. The girls wear
it gets
jeans, shorts,
disrespectfully
and-
cold up here.
yeah.
Yeah, it is very disrespectfully cold because down here the girls got on big sweatshirts, some Daisy Dukes, and some ankle boots.
But you know what I think is it takes getting used to because they still do that up here. It's just if you're used to it, you just walk around like 30. It's going to be 30. I'll just wear a big sweatshirt, maybe a hoodie.
So,
Yeah.
are we at Q&A or did we kind of like abandon that today?
We abandoned it today.
We having a great conversation.
We having a great conversation. So we just kind of we just kind of shooting off the hip here.
Okay.
So
I was just curious.
no, no. So, dang, she really kind of answered all our questions. It's kind of perfect. You like been the greatest guest ever.
Aw, thanks.
So, what I do have a question is, what did you eat this week?
This week?
Yeah,
No,
this week,
not-
just something.
Something noteworthy, something that you remember that's worth mentioning. Maybe something that you haven't had before, maybe something that you haven't had in a long time, took you down memory lane, something, something exceptional.
Okay, I'll give you two things. So I had shrimp pasta. I know it's weird. I had shrimp pasta with penne noodles. I haven't had that in forever. It's because I don't eat everyone's shrimp. But one of my friends, he has a chef, and she was bomb. It was really good. And then I went to my sister's house, and when you go to your sister's house, they have kids, and I don't have kids, so they got all the snacks. So I was like, you got some snacks? I said, what kind of snacks you got? She said, we got fruit roll-ups. I said, fruit roll-ups?
The both of you at the same time, the gas though.
Fruit roll-ups, yo.
First off, fruit roll-ups are good, but
Sure are.
I'm gonna get let's talk about it real quick. What's better? Fruit roll-up. They're kind of the same, but they're not. Fruit roll-up, fruit by the foot, or Gushers.
It's fruit roll-ups. They're the best.
Sure.
They're better. Fruit roll-ups, hands down.
Not even close.
Fruit roll-ups, hands down.
I'm with you. I had Gushers once.
Gushers.
Gushers.
I don't mean to be nasty, but those things taste weird in your mouth. They're weird.
Now, if I had to pick between the three, honestly, I would go fruit by the foot.
It's still a fruit roll-up.
No, it's not. It does taste different.
Do y'all remember the fruit roll-ups though, real quick? When you unroll them, they had the little characters and the little designs in them, and you pick them out.
Yeah, I remember those. And she had fruit roll-ups, and I ate all of them.
All of them?
It was 10 in the box. I ate all of them. So my nephew came out of the room, and then he went to the pantry. He said, Michelle, where my fruit roll-up? So I'm sorry, baby. Here's $10. Here you go. When you go to the store, you go ahead. You get anything you want on Aunt Michelle, okay? Yeah, I ate all them things. I'm sorry. I ate all of them. I just sat there and it was unraveling. It was like going down memory lane. Just going down, just eating them. So yeah, it was good.
I'm with you. So what I ate this week.
With money, they $10 was like $100 to him.
Oh, of course.
Like, here you go. Here you go. So yeah, I ate them all. Yeah.
Just to piggyback, it's so fitting. Just to piggyback on like what you ate. So I'm half Caribbean, so I eat a lot of Caribbean stuff. So I ate ackee and saltfish.
You get what?
Ackee and saltfish.
What's that?
So saltfish is like a cod.
Okay.
And it's like salted cod. That's how they cure it.
Okay.
Cook it.
Okay.
Ackee is a fruit. You just can't eat the seed of it because it's poisonous.
Really?
Oh, I've heard of that. I have heard of that. I've heard of that.
Okay.
So I went tripped down memory lane with that, and I ate that, and I had 4 Capri Suns to chase it.
4 Capri Suns.
Yo, I don't know.
What flavor though?
It was 2 strawberry kiwi and 2 Pacific Cooler.
Fruit punch is the best.
Yeah. There wasn't any fruit punch there. It would have been all fruit punch for me for sure.
That Pacific Cooler though, bruh. That Pacific Cooler.
It's so. But you know what though? This is what it was. The food was great. But it was like a trip. Same thing with fruit roll-ups. It was a trip down memory lane, and then I noticed on the box it said 50% less sugar, and it tasted like
the same thing.
It's the same thing. It tastes like spiked water, and I was like, "This is refreshing." I got a little bit of sweet. I was like, "This is great. This is the greatest meal I had."
Yeah, but do you see how you had to drink 4? And when I look at that
I was being greedy. There's no.
But think about it. When you were a kid, and then your parents were putting in your lunchbox, they used to put maybe 1, maybe 2 in there, and then to me, I wouldn't even finish the whole thing. Oh, yeah. And now I wish somebody would drink half a Capri Sun in my we don't waste drinks around here.
Oh no, for sure. It was like the one would just quench your thirst for 36 hours when you was a kid. Yep. I was being gluttonous. I was like, this is great. amazing. This is getting even better
as you get older, right?
Yeah, as you get older.
Kids
So that was
kids don't understand. Kids don't understand.
Oh,
But
man.
kids these days, things have changed. Like
They
when
don't-
I was a kid, my parents used to, it was three of us. So when my parents were at work, my mom and my dad, they would have on the refrigerator what time we can eat a snack. If you have 2 bags of chips, you can't have chips tomorrow. These kids now at my sister's house, they just go in the pantry every time they feel like it. I'm just like, what are you doing? I'm like,
fact.
Ken, you weren't raised this way. The kids just go in the pantry when they feel like it, just grabbing snacks all day. Times have changed. Times have
true.
definitely
For sure they
changed.
have. For sure.
Times have definitely changed. So yeah.
So, yeah, I'm with you.
This was fun, guys.
P, what you eat this week, and then we can close out.
So actually, last night I had 2 tuna fish sandwiches, and it's like all right,
What?
like womp womp. But my wife, she makes some of the best tuna fish.
She hooked it up. She
I
hooked it
didn't
up.
even know she made some. And she had it in a little container in the bottom of the refrigerator. And she was like, oh, I'm about to make tuna fish. And I stopped in my tracks. Like, you made some? Like, you got some in there? And she was like, yeah, it's in the bottom of the refrigerator. And I'm like, yo, look, I'm about to run upstairs. Can you make me a sandwich real quick? She was like, all right. Came back downstairs, plopped back on the sofa, sandwich, had my little juice. Bruh. First off, the sandwich didn't stand a chance.
It was made with love,
and
it was a labor of love.
It was, and I said, "Damn, I'm about to get another one, but this time I'm gonna toast the bread."
Yes.
Did you put cheese on it?
Yes.
You put cheese on it or no?
No.
Oh, you
No.
bugging.
I ain't want the melt because I didn't want it that late at night because then I would have been in the bathroom.
No tuna melt?
But
No tuna melt? I heard the grumbling.
I sat there at the table, had my sandwich, little sour cream and onion chips on the side, had my little Welch's juice, bruh.
Ooh, that
I
sounds
was
good.
in heaven.
I bet you were.
What?
I bet you were.
Toast the bread. That's the best. Toasting the bread. That's the
I ain't
best.
gonna lie to y'all. When I get home, if it's any left, I'm finishing it.
So how many days do you let it sit? Like how many days until you won't eat the tuna?
Well, tuna never lasts in my house, so I never have that issue. But being in the business for as long as we have,
like 3 to 5 days.
3 to 5 days. If it's still in there on day number 5, we be getting rid of it.
For sure.
So
Okay.
So that's it.
I want tuna now, bro.
Bruh.
3 to 5 days.
Because realistically, like in the kitchen, it's like 5 to 7, and at that 7th day, you got to get rid of it regardless. But I don't do that. In the house, 3 to 5. And my family could be a little bougie. You know, they not real big leftover people. So if something's still in there 3 days later, they not going to eat it anyway.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna either find somebody to give it to, or it's going.
I mean, I don't consider it bougie. Like even with me, like I had Chinese food like 2 weeks ago, and after like the 3rd day, I won't eat Chinese food after the 3rd day. If it gets to day 3, I'm automatically throwing it out. I have to eat the next day. I'll give it the next day, maybe the other day, but that 3rd day has to go. I will not eat Chinese food.
I'm with you, but I think it's more so when you personally cook and you know what you put into it and like what time. It's different than when you go out and purchase it. Like Chinese food, if I don't eat it the next day, I'm same here. I'm throwing it in the trash.
No, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Because it's like I don't know how long that rice been sitting there.
Exactly.
You don't want to play with that.
Because that shrimp fried rice tastes good, and then you can warm up the next day after that. I say, yeah, I ain't doing it.
Then you take that chance, and next thing you know, you midway through binge watching your favorite show, and then all you hear is.
No, listen, real quick story, and then we can get into motivational. Real quick story. I ate Chinese food one day. I reheated it and woke up in the hospital.
See?
What?
Wait, you woke up in the hospital?
Well, okay, so I drove myself to the hospital. I just
I was about
don't
to
remember.
say,
I don't remember what transpired.
I was about to say you should be owning that place.
That's what I'm about to say. What you woke up in the hospital? Like,
So
what happened?
yeah, let me.
You got the magic Chinese food. Like, what?
I ate the Chinese food. I laid down. All I remember is I drove myself to the hospital. I park my car, and then I remember writing on a piece of paper asphyxiation. And then I don't remember nothing after that. I just remember waking up.
Okay.
Oh,
I got you.
Yeah. So I like you get one day out of me with Chinese food.
Well, I take it you never went back to that place.
No, I definitely did.
I was about to say.
I mean, but you don't know. Somebody could have put something in your food, trying to get in your pants. You don't know.
Nah, it was a home
That
delivery.
mean it was the Chinese people.
It's a home delivery. It was during COVID. Nobody. I didn't want to be around people. So it was during COVID.
They hit you with the Mike Jordan flu game.
You probably
like,
what we know now about Mike Jordan, it wasn't the flu. It was
It's funny.
it was the alcohol.
So now, ladies and gentlemen,
Yes,
we
sir.
are at the end, but we are at our motivational mic drop. And this part of the show, especially to us, I can say that this part of the show is just as important as any part, but Tails is
The
what
one.
people look for, but motivational, I think people really look for this as well, because
That's what
this
they want
has-
versus what they need.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it any better. So, you being our very special guest, we'll let you start off. So, as far as motivational mic drops, what do you have for the audience today?
Okay, so for two things, the first thing I'm gonna say towards kids these days, because everything's all social media in this generation. So my advice to kids is to just be a kid. So it's okay to just be a kid. You don't have to grow up too fast. You don't have to put the lashes on at 15, wear the lace wig. It's okay. Just be a kid, because you can't get that time back. That's the best advice I give to anybody under 18. Just be a kid. And as far as the adults, don't let anyone rush your process. Everyone's on different pages in their books. So just because you look on social media and you might see this person has this, and this, you don't know what happens behind closed doors. So if you believe in what you do that much, it's okay. Trust the process. It is perfectly okay, because I believe in what I'm doing so much, and I want to motivate young girls that you can love sports and still be girly. You can still get your nails done. You can still wear your hair down. You can still wear heels, or put some basketball shorts on. We don't have to choose between heels or sneakers. Like, if you want to be a tomboy, you can be a tomboy. You want to be a girly girl, you can be a girly girl. So just be you.
No,
If you're
dope.
happy being you, that's it.
No.
That's all you need.
No, couldn't have said that any better. And I really think that those messages that you just put across will greatly be received.
Oh yeah, for
Happy
sure.
and humble. That's it. Be happy and humble.
That's another bar you said too, but happy and humble is that's the trifecta.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
So what you got, bro?
So this is what I'm learning how to do.
Okay.
And don't get me wrong, it's a process, but I'm reaping the benefits of the process. So for motivational mic drop, it's let go, let God, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been so, and you know, P's know me a long time. I've always managed to figure out how I'm gonna manipulate or hustle my way out of situations. Like, I got to if I need this, I got to figure out a plan B, C, D, E. Like, I'm gonna get there instead of, you know what, this is where I want to go. Let God take care of it.
Take the wheel.
Take the wheel.
Bible says throw your burden on them. Yep.
And then so once I finally I didn't even lean into it. I just said, you know what, let God take care of it. Everything will work itself out. Things started manifesting. So my motivational mic drop is like from the bottom of my heart, like for real, is let go and let God. He'll take care of it. What's for you is going to be for you, and He's going to make sure you get it.
No,
Yeah.
that was dope.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was really good, actually.
That was
Listen,
very moving.
Yeah, when I stop Pete knows this. When I stop overthinking the motivational mic drops, because I have a tendency to do it, and they just come from the heart, I've been kicking some good shit, man.
No, you have been. I got to give it
That
to
was
you. You
good.
definitely have been.
Yeah, man.
You know, remember, I yeah.
Yeah, I told
You
you.
know, a couple of your joints with my joints to shame. I was like, I don't even want to say mine now.
Keep the dirt off my shoulders.
So,
What you got, P?
for my motivational mic drop this week, I would say don't be too proud to forgive.
Yeah.
Everybody's circumstance is different. Everybody's experiences are different. But when you don't allow yourself to forgive people for things that they have or may have indirectly done to you, you inadvertently block your blessings along the way.
Very true.
And you can't operate out here in the world harboring ill will towards people, hate, malice towards people, whatever the case may be, because it's not conducive to a healthy lifestyle.
Preach.
And you don't even realize by doing that, you're not letting other people in. Because it's like, well, this may happen again. You might do this to me, or whatever the case may be. So once you allow yourself to forgive people for things that they have done, and you unburden yourself and that weight is lifted off of you, then you'll feel 10 pounds lighter. And then the blessings will start to flow because, again, you're not walking around just angry.
Yeah, you're not walking around with that heaviness that you said it. You just said it. You're not walking around with that burden, and it's like once you leave it off of you, it's on them to figure it out.
Yeah. So please,
no, that's a bar.
Please allow yourselves to forgive. Like you will definitely be hands over feet happy. Do you realize it takes more muscles in your face to frown than it does to smile?
Oh, for sure.
They said that.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Listen, it don't cost nothing to be nice.
Nope. It sure doesn't.
So it's so many lessons and bars within your motivational. Like you could dip in and out and just teach within that.
You know,
you try to cook me this week, bro. What I do to you?
You made me step my game up.
What I do to you?
Well, actually, it's funny. I was going to say this one anyway, but then after you dropped your joint, I was like, "Oh, I gotta say this now." Like, cause I was going to switch it up last minute. I was going to say something else.
I don't want to fight, bro.
No, then you know what it was. We was having Tomboy on the show today, and it's a very special show.
Oh, for sure.
And
you had to come with it.
And I didn't want to come in no regular BS.
I feel very privileged for coming. You guys reached out to me. Thank you so much.
So thank you, man. We can't thank you enough, honestly.
Please tell the world where they can find you. Where can they reach you?
In my house. I'm just kidding because I don't go nowhere. I'm boring. Hey kids, when you hit a certain age, this is life. You'll be boring. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not boring. You're focused. You ain't wasting time. Don't sell yourself short.
Just kidding. You can find me on Instagram, Kitchen Talk with Tomboy in the Dress, or you can find me on my YouTube channel, Kitchen Talk with Tomboy in the Dress. Or you might see me in the mall or something. Or I do mentor high school football players. So yes, fun fact real quick, guys. I started a mental health program for student athletes. So because that's something that was not being done. Again, I like to think outside the box, but it was something that was not being done. You have scouts and, coaches all come up to these kids before they hit 18. Kids could get scholarship offers at 15s or that good playing. But as a high school athlete, they have a lot of pressure on them, dating, grades, not losing your spot. So I started a mental health program called Checking In on Student Athletes that I started this past football season. So shout out to the kids I mentor.
Do you have a social media page for that?
No, not yet, because it's kind of touchy because these kids are minors.
Got you.
Yeah, so I have to. So what I do is I go at practice when they're practicing because during football season they're seniors, but I'll go up to the practice and I talk to them right after practice. But I want to talk about football. I talk about them, like how you doing, are you eating, are you sleeping, things like that, because no one's asking that. They're just asking them, hey, I'm trying to recruit you, blah, blah, blah. So that's just what I do.
That is so needed. Like that even having that foresight is so amazing. Like,
yeah, for sure.
I rarely pop my shit, like pat myself on the back. I was like, soccer was about to be my thing and I mentally tapped out. And it was like, it was pressure. It was the pressure. For me, and I can, as an adult, I can say that, but as a 11-year-old kid playing with high schoolers, it was the pressure.
Right.
Who do you talk to about it? So it's like, if that was around back then, who knows where I'd be? But I think that's an amazing thing that you got going on. So like, salutes to you, kudos to you for sure. You changing a lot of lives.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we definitely will do our part on our end to shine a light on you, to let the world know who you are, beyond the podcast. And again, like I said in the beginning, we are ecstatic that you actually agreed to come on with us today, because again, like you said, this isn't something that you normally do. So the way I'm looking at it is, it was in the cards for this to happen.
For sure.
Well, I'm privileged that you guys asked me. I am very thankful that you asked me. Thank you. If you anything you guys need, let me know. Just let me know.
Oh,
man.
We'll definitely be in touch for sure. Like that. Like we're friends now.
Yes, I will lock your number in, because if I don't know the number, I don't answer. So I would definitely lock y'all number in, I know who it is. But thank you so much, you two. I really appreciate it.
Thank you,
no
man.
problem.
This was really fun. Like,
and just so you know, we stream. Hey, tell them.
I got you. So we drop the show every Saturday at 9 a.m. So
Saturday at 9 p.m.
No, 9 a.m. So
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Okay.
So when you getting your Saturday, your weekend cleaning done, like, you can just hit it like as soon as you wake up. So this Saturday is, everybody's going to hear this. We're not wasting no time. This is like a goodie. It was a great conversation. It was so informational. It was so fun, entertaining. Like, we really gave everything. So it's been
definitely. So do we just go to your page?
No, you,
because I'm gonna pass this on. I'm gonna repost. I'm gonna pass this on.
We are everywhere: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible. We are everywhere. So all you got to do is just type in the Food Joint Podcast. You can even type it in on Google. It pops right up. So the Food Joint Podcast.
All one word.
All one word.
Food Joint Podcast.
Yep. So this Saturday at 9 a.m., like, it'll be the Food Joint Podcast.
I'm gonna put on my calendar.
Kitchen Talk Tomboy. Like, it's like, it's going. We not wasting no times.
Because
this was
you doing this for us. We said to ourselves, you know what? She's like really doing us a huge favor by doing this. We're not going to make her wait for this show to be out there. I said, like, it's a special. Mm-hmm. Let's put this one up right away.
You guys don't have to do that. You can.
No. We're showing our appreciation. Like, it's getting edited tonight, so like, we got. I think not a lot of flowers just amongst us get passed around. So like you say, you'll lock in our number, like we lock in your numbers. Like,
yes, I will.
When you,
I don't like people.
I got you. So, but no, it's perfect. When you take off and you do some weird ESPN, not even weird, ESPN and Food Network merger, and you figure out how to bring them together, like, you'd be like, oh, the two Philly dudes, like, they got a food thing. We'll just plug them in too.
Yeah.
And then the same thing for us when we're doing the Food Network thing, or you just randomly see us and it's like Food Joint Podcast and Kitchen Talk with Tomboy. Like, we gotta start spreading the love amongst each other. So this is amazing.
We really believe that the information should always be shared.
For
and
sure.
A lot of people, I don't know how they do it down there, but up here, a lot of people have the terrible crabs in the barrel mentality, whereas I gotta get out. And then after I get out and I establish myself, then I may come back and help everybody else get out too. Yeah. And we don't believe in that. We believe that, if we're finding our own lane and we can make a way for ourselves, then why can't we give anybody else the information for them to make a way for themselves? So and people don't realize it's all about relationships.
Yeah, exactly. Because a lot of times in the sports industry, it's not always what you know; it's who you know, and what you know will keep you there. Who you know gets you in the door.
You gave us another motivation. It's what you know to keep you there. So like,
yeah, but no, what you said is right about, because that's how I think. Like, I'm like, okay, well, I don't care what everyone else is doing. I'm still going to, if I can repost or do what I need to do or tell somebody, because I'm confident in what I'm doing and you're confident in what you're doing. We're all in our own lane. So why not pat the other person on the back? Who cares?
No,
People are so
absolutely.
afraid to let someone pass them, per se. It's like, so what? Maybe it's their time. It's not your time. It's not a big deal. Like, I don't, you can't think like that. And like you mentioned, when you were quoting about God, like the Bible says, keep a simple eye. So store up your treasures in heaven, not on earth. So I don't be caring about none of that stuff. So
you can't take none of that with you. So
sure can.
why not just give it out? You'll feel better.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
But
So
again,
you guys let me know. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, we cannot stress that enough. And as we stated, we will be in touch. You know where to find us. We know where to find you. And it's up from there. So enjoy the rest of your week. You be safe.
You too. Stay warm.
Oh, we will.
And stay cool. Stay successful.
And just as a reminder, we'll definitely let you know, hey, listen, the show is going to be up tomorrow, so look for it.
Okay. What?
Yeah, we'll just let you know like when it's going up. And then shout out to Patreon. They'll get it a day early. Can't forget them.
Oh no, I definitely can't forget them.
So
okay, yeah, I'll put it on my calendar.
Perfect. But yeah, Saturday 9
Thank
a.m.
you,
Everybody
guys.
listen.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Enjoy, okay? And we'll be in touch.
You too. You guys have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you.